Welcome to The Current Buzz, the podcast where we break down what's happening now at Oklahoma Electric Cooperative and OEC Fiber and why it matters to you.
Each episode, we're bringing you practical insights, behind-the-scenes conversations, and real-world answers to the questions our members and subscribers are asking. Thanks for tuning in. Let's jump into today's conversation. Welcome to episode 56 of The Current Buzz. I'm Brianna.
And I'm Daniel. As we start the new year, today we're going to bring in Autumn McMahon, who is the Vice President of Member Engagement. We're going to kind of see what's going on and happening with OEC and OEC Fiber in the coming year.
But before we get to Autumn, we are going to start each episode with a segment called 3 Things You Need to Know. The first one is that we have announced our top 8 Youth Tour finalists. And for those who may not know, Youth Tour is an all-expenses-paid trip to Washington, D.C. every year that we award to 4 local high school juniors. And this year, the finalists are Kaylee Lohr from Newcastle, Colby Scroggins from Tuttle, Reagan Bowles from Verdon, Emily Huffines from Epic Charter School, Ainsley Cook, Mount St. Mary, Taylor Meeks, Amber Pocasset, Tia Peary, Lexington, and Sebastian Smith from Norman. Congratulations to these 8 students who will compete in a contest on January 15th to determine the 4 winners.
Awesome. The next Operation Roundup meeting in February, the applications will be due January 19th. That form can be found on okcoop.org/ORU. The board reviews all applications for nonprofits and individuals. So just be looking forward to filling those out.
And if you are an OEC Fiber subscriber and ever notice your internet acting a little off, the OEC Fiber app is the easiest place to start. From the comfort of your home, you can run a quick network scan right from your phone, and the app will offer helpful suggestions to improve your connection. If those tips don't solve the issue, our local subscriber support team is ready to help. With your permission, they can view the results of your network scan and run additional diagnostics to pinpoint what's going on. That insight helps us troubleshoot faster and resolve issues more efficiently, so you can get back to enjoying reliable, high-speed internet with less downtime. For more information on the OEC Fiber support app, visit oecfiber.com/support. Now, let's get to the show.
You might remember Autumn. She was our hostess from the first 55 episodes of The Current Buzz. So we thought as we're kicking off the new year and a new rebrand of this, we wanted to bring her in as a guest this time. We took a hiatus last year due to construction of the new building and that sort of thing, but now we're all settled in, so we wanted to get it going.
We welcome Autumn back to the show. Have you missed it?
Well, thank you. I can't believe we filmed 55 of these. Mm-hmm. So really, good luck. I leave quite the legacy behind. But no, thank you for having me. It's we've upscaled it a little bit. The new building has panned out.
Yes.
So as we kick off 2026, are there any high-level overarching goals of both OEC and OEC Fiber?
Yes, that's a great question. Coming straight from our CEO, Patrick Grace, the goal for the coming year is really business as usual. If you look over, starting with the launching of OEC Fiber, that brings us into, we had a new building. That's been a 2-year project. We are now mostly settled in our new building. In that same time, we've almost doubled the number of employees that work at OEC Electric and Fiber, which is just bonkers. So lots and lots of change and growth. So the top priority for 2026 is to continue to provide exceptional service for our members and subscribers, but also to kind of let the dust settle and just keep doing what we do really well. Things that I think are big talking points right now are data centers. How is that going to affect us? We're very mindful of that. The steadiness of the grid, the stability of the grid. You'll see that over the next handful of years, we will be adding new substations, which is new for us. We've not built a brand new substation for OEC since the 90s. We've upgraded them regularly, but that'll be new and exciting. That helps us give better service to our members. This past week, the city of Norman approved rezoning for a Maxwell substation, which will serve not just Norman, but quite a bit of Cleveland County. So lots of exciting projects like that on the horizon. But nothing like launching another fiber subsidiary. Mm-hmm. Hopefully those are smaller, more gradual changes is what I think we can look forward to in 26.
And you mentioned data centers, which has been a large topic in our industry for a while now. And we'll just kind of hint at a 2-part series we have in the Co-op News coming up in February and March. So keep your eyes out for that if you are listening and receive the Co-op News magazine.
And if you don't receive the Co-op News Magazine, you are missing out.
You are.
Because we've got great content in there.
Are there any other key focuses for the board and OEC leadership this year?
So I think anytime you talk about the board and the executive team at OEC, I think it comes back to our 5 core values. The board does a remarkable job of making sure that we're being good stewards of our members' and subscribers' money. So those core values, if you're not aware, first and foremost is safety. This is an industry that can be incredibly dangerous, truly life and death. So we want you to come home with all of your fingers and toes, but we also want you to work in a place that feels safe, where you can show up authentically as yourself and you don't worry about anything outside of your control. I think that next really big focus in our second core value is service. So we are, as a cooperative, built to serve the people we live next door to, right? Cooperatives were founded on the concept that electricity, just like we now have taken over to fiber, is not a privilege but a right. It is something that everyone should have access to. So that dedication to service comes into the way we set up on the engineering side, all the way to how we answer the phone, especially in a world where AI is running everywhere. What you're seeing from our board and from our leadership is a real commitment to great service. So when you call in, you're talking to someone who could be your neighbor, someone who maybe goes to church with you. Our employees know the business and they live in the communities we serve. That next one is community, which is a perfect tie-in. You will see our logo on so many different things, but it goes deeper than that. It is, you will see our employees winning awards at the local chambers, because we believe that communities can only be great when the people within them are good and invest in the communities we serve. So you'll see continued focus on that, really wanting to make sure that our communities are thriving. So not just providing reliable electricity and high-speed internet, but investing dollars into those communities. Our fourth core value is an investment in employees. We believe that if you invest in the people that serve the members, that they will offer you exceptional service, that they're going to go above and beyond. So really focusing on hiring the right people, keeping those right people, and then allowing them to be great at their jobs. And then the final one, which sounds maybe more aspirational, is excellence. In order to do all those things I just talked about, we have to really focus on being excellent in every little step. So more of that. I think really making sure that we're good stewards of everything we do in the communities we serve. So that was a very long-winded answer. Do you have any questions about any of that?
I think a lot of those core values just tie into the cooperative principles, honestly, and I think it's how we were guided. 1937 we developed. So it's great to see that we're still keeping those values close to home and just kind of expanding on them. So and that brings me to the next point, is like our business model is different than most traditional businesses. So can you explain how we're different and maybe what your favorite aspect of being different is?
You gotta love a question where you say, why do you like being different, right? That feels a little personal, but I'm gonna walk away from that. I think in those core values, it says everything. That we, at our core, exist to serve the people that are our neighbors and the people who live in our communities. So it is that deep commitment and passion for service. I think one of my favorite images of this was during Winter Storm Goliath. So this is in 2015.
I think 2015.
2015.
It was 2015, yeah.
Okay. So if you don't remember, huge ice storm in like November. It was right after Christmas.
End of the year, yeah.
December. And I think that there were people who didn't have power for probably 7 days. Daniel, you were working in the field at this time.
Yeah, 7. All the storms I've worked, 7 is about the magic number. And I've never had one where we had people out longer than that couldn't get power, right? But yeah, 7 days is about how long that one was.
So freezing cold. And I vividly remember, this is one of my earliest exposures to OEC, vividly remember managers and vice presidents making their people go home. People were so focused on getting power and warmth back to the members. And that's not just the linemen, but it was in accounting. It was the people running food. It was the people making sure that everything was working together and that people had what they needed and the supplies that they needed. That, to me, is what makes us different. It's this deep passion for taking care of the people we serve. What about you guys?
I like the focus on community, the aspect of it, because it's not something that we have to do. It's just something that we get to do. We get to support our communities that we work in and live in and give back to them and really make a difference, whether that's economic development, whether that's in education, the nonprofits in the community. I just really like that part of it.
Yeah, I think you both touched on it, right? The concern for community is one of my favorites, but the passion, being as somebody who came out of the field and working those crazy hours, like I never felt like I wanted to just stop, right? I kept wanting to do more, and that's what everybody here does, right? It's unheard of to think I'd work 19-hour days, but I wanted to get the next one, right? So, yeah, so both of those are great.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, anything else you would like to add about how awesome OEC Fiber, how awesome we are?
No, I think, and again, and this is in our core values as well, but just if you hire the right people and you treat them well and you empower them to do their jobs, the level of passion they feel for not just the company, but for the people we serve is so profound. And I get to see that every day. I get to listen and walk through member services. Members are calling in, subscribers are calling in. It's just special. It's special to work with people who are great and who really care. And I think when you get those people moving in the same direction, that's when you get the magic of OEC. And maybe most important, I'd like to add, I am elated to pass the torch, the two of you. You have not very big shoes.
I was just about to say we have very large shoes to fill.
I would say that is incorrect, based just solely on the setup of this room alone. So thanks for having me on, and thanks for doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your insight and your leadership. I know it is much appreciated across the board. Thank you. Before you go, we have a couple of other segments to get to, and I'll let Daniel intro you to a new thing we've got coming.
You have a new video series coming out called Dan, How Do I? I got suckered into this one, but basically we're going to have a video series where I go around a house or my house or somebody's house and just kind of walk through easy things you can do at your house to make it more efficient. So, whether it's changing direction to ceiling fan or, ceiling plumbing penetrations or that sort of thing, just kind of walk through that with you so you can see how easy it really is to do at home and do it yourself. Those will be found on our YouTube page or our social media.
I'm excited for those specifically because I depend on my husband to do everything, but it's easier than I might think. Then maybe I'll tackle a few.
Right.
I'm excited for those.
I'm excited for this because I just realized that I haven't switched the direction of my fans.
Okay.
So you're already helping us, Daniel. One person at a time.
What's funny is my living room one has changed, but not my bedroom one. I'd rather sleep colder, so I keep the air cold on me, and in living room we kick it the other way around so the heat moves around the room. So
it's intentional.
We intentionally don't do it, all the fans.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Nice tidbit. And last but not least, OEC and OEC Fiber are proud to sponsor lots of organizations and community events throughout our 7-county service area here in central Oklahoma. And we'll be highlighting one of those events on each episode. And this episode, we are happy to be a part of the first ever Moore Public Schools Foundation Legacy Luncheon. This will be held on January 29th, and it will honor the newest class of inductees into the Moore Public Schools Foundation Hall of Fame. They will recognize the extraordinary teachers, administrators, support staff, volunteers, and community partners whose dedicated service has enriched the Moore School District and built a lasting legacy. So we are excited to be part of that. On the 29th, we'll be there to celebrate them.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us on today's episode. Catch us next on January 20th when we talk to Russell Philpott with Precise Building Performance on ways to save in the winter in your home. See y'all next time.